Hello everyone, well here we are again, the two of us, and this is going to be our last lockdown tutorial and well, end of an era really, and also a final shout out to Matt and Andy at World of Ukes in Carlisle. Now the song we've chosen this week, well we're going out on what we hope will be a high note. And it's another Beatles song, of course. If in doubt, always go back to the Beatles. But it's not Lennon-McCartney, this is a George Harrison song, Here Comes the Sun, as featured in the Abbey Road album in 1969. Now, there's all sorts of stuff circulating about the genesis of this song. And there is a bogus quote on Wikipedia, surely not something wrong on Wikipedia, that says that George Harrison composed Here Comes the Sun on one of Eric Clapton's acoustic guitars. Well, we have heard from Paul McCartney, not personally, but that it was composed not on one of Eric Clapton's acoustic guitars, but on George Harrison's ukulele, or possibly even one of Eric Clapton's ukuleles. George Harrison was such an aficionado of the ukulele, it is inconceivable that he wouldn't have used it in the actual process of composition. And you've only got to listen to the opening two bars of this, and it is abundantly clear that a ukulele was involved somewhere. Although, having said that, the Beatles recording is in the key of A. We're doing it in the key of G because it suits a ukulele better. But if you really want to play along with the record, suggest that you use these G chords and buy yourself a ukulele capo. They're not expensive. But anyway, let's see. There are no hard chords in this. One or two. The only unfamiliar chord you might come across is right at the end. It's a B flat sixth, which is 0 2 1 1. And other than that, there's a D7 with a suspended fourth, but that's 2 0 3 0, like that. And everything else is well within your existing range of knowledge chord-wise. Okay, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the verse, start with the verse, because that is the easiest part of the song. It's, well, half a dozen chords. And if we're starting here, we're starting on, it starts Little Darling, the first beat is not where the vocal starts on the second beat of the bar, so we get a G chord, Little Darling, okay? And then we go to It's Been a Long, Cold, Lonely Winter, C6. All four strings open, and you can quite happily get away with that here. So, Little Darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter, and then to a D7. And the same again, pretty much. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. So that was a C major seventh on years, back to a C6, and then to a D7. So the verse is, say, by far the easiest part of the song, and should we just go through that again quickly? 1 2 3 4. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. And that's all there is to it. If you want to embellish the accompaniment a little bit, you can bring in the melody and a little bit of finger style, so that you, from just those chords, you get something like this. I'm using my high G Excelsior tenor here, just because really it sounds better on a high G than a low G. So what I did there on the verses is very similar to the introduction, and the introduction just starts with a solo instrument doing this. doing anything really difficult there because I'm on a G chord, and then I'm just playing the first string followed by the second string, and then the first string open, and then putting the middle finger back on. So it's on the G chord, and then carrying on, I'm taking that middle finger off again, and then go to the C6th, so I'm playing the E note there, and then the G note, I'm using the 3rd fret of the E string. You can use the open G string if you like, and then the open A string, so we're getting we've done a G and a C 6th, and then we finish that little riff on a D7. But to embellish the little D7 is you take your ring finger off, so it's on, off, on, and then you just drop your little finger in on the 3rd fret of the E string for the G note. So we're getting, which is G, F, F sharp, E, F sharp, G, A. So, and that's how the introduction works. So just go through the introduction quickly. The way we've arranged this is that I do the first time through the intro 4 chords solo, and then Pam joins me on the second time round. So we get like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. The sun. Okay, so that's the intro, and then we get into that little Here Comes the Sun, which is again quite straightforward. It's Here Comes the Sun, and then you can have somebody else singing the do-do-do-do if they want, and then C major 7th, because you need that B note. Here comes the sun. It's an A7th, and now if you want to play that G note, just use your open G on the high G, or you can put it there. I tend to play that A7th there as 2-1-3-0 to give me the G note where I want it, but also to give the A as well. The trouble playing it that way, we lose the E, but never mind.
But then I'm playing it the other way.
But Pam is playing it with playing the E, so it's in there. And so that's all we get. We just get Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and then it goes back to a G. It's all right, and now we come to that little riff. The little riffs, the bridges, the bits in between the verses are far more difficult than the verses themselves. And you really need to get into finger picking to do this, and you need to count in your head, because the bars, it's in 4/4 time, this bit, but the bars break in unusual places. So the way I've set this out is to divide a 4-beat bar into 8 half beats, and then show where on which of those half beats the chord changes come. So it works out as 1, if you count it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, what you get, what it sounds like is, so it sounds like 3s, and it is 3s, but what you're doing is breaking up the 2 bars into 16 beats, so you can use 12 of them with 3 at a time rather than 2 at a time. It sounds like this. It's that do 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 do. Now, what we're doing here is it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 groups of 3 and 1 group of 4 makes 16 half beats, and that's the timing of it, and you really have to think about it. Pam's playing chords, and good luck to her. She's really having to concentrate, and I'm doing a little bit of finger style to get that. And the way I'm playing it is I'm double fretting the C string at 2 and 4, and I'm also fretting the E string at 3 to give the G note. So we get, and then I'm picking the 3rd, 2nd, 1st strings. So that's the C, E, A strings, and I'm starting on the 4th fret of the C string, and then I'm lifting that off and playing the 2nd, and then I'm lifting that index finger off, and then I'm putting the index finger back on, and then we've got just a little rundown from G to D. So put all that together. So what you're doing is that bum, 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 bum. So little darling, and then you get into the nice easy verse. So it's said I've set it out as clearly as I can on the song sheet. If you want to have a look and listen to the record, and as I say, stick a capo on the 2nd fret if you want to play along with it, but you really have to listen to get that rhythm and timing. This is George Harrison being influenced by Indian music, which of course showed when he played the sitar on other tracks and things, but this is the influence of Indian music in altering the timing and the emphasis on various beats. Right, after that, I need a coffee.
A strong one.
Yeah, weapons grade. So we get little darling, it's been a long cold. Right, okay. And the first verse, and followed by the Here Comes the Sun. Do-do-do-do. And then we get that little turnaround again. But the second time you play that little turnaround, it's got an extra 2 bars, one of G and one of D7 in it. And it's the only time that happens. It caught me out. I don't mind telling you. I thought it appeared at the end of every one of the turnarounds, but it actually only appears in the one. And I'll show you what I mean. After the first verse, which goes, shall we? 2, 3, 4. Little darling, it's been a long bar of G and an extra bar of D7 before you get into the second verse. The second verse is exactly the same musically as the first, and we get to the Here Comes the Sun and I say it's all right, and then we get that little turnaround again, and then we get that into that odd little bridge where the same short phrase is repeated 6 times, including one instrumental time through. And again, that's clearly showing the influence of Indian music. It's the bit that goes, sun, 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 here it goes. Now, on a music stave, it's a bar of 7/8, followed by a bar of 6/8, followed by a bar of 5/8. And then one bar of 4/4, and then repeat the whole thing again. 7/8, 6/8, 5/8. Okay, so let's just go through this very, very slowly, because we've got the turnaround that we know about, which goes like the 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Then we've got the. This is the bar of 7/8. We've got 1 and 2 and on D, and then 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the B flat, and then the B flat. You've got 3 beats on B flat, 3 beats on F, 4 beats on C. Actually,
No.
it's actually 5 beats on C. Okay, go and listen to the record. It's the only way you'll work through this. But in playing, it sounds like this. Go from the
turnaround.
from the turnaround. No? Yeah. Where am I going? Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum 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 bum. Here it comes. Then sing. Sun, sun, sun. Here it comes. And again. So you sing that sun, 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 here it comes 5 times. You've done it once instrumentally and then another 5 times sung. And then when you get to the end of it, the last time, it goes, it reverts back to 4/4 time, thank goodness. And so the last time through, it goes 1, 2, D, 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 sun, sun, sun. Yeah, sorry Pam, I start on the B flat.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Sun, 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 here it comes. D7, sorry, D, 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 D. Okay, that's a run of 4 bars based around a D chord, but the D chord is doing this. So it's all on the D, and it's a D, which I'm playing with those 3 fingers, and because you're lifting off the little finger, then a bar of D7, D7 suspended 4th, back to a D, D7 up here in this closed position, and D, and then you get back into the last verse, little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. And that's pretty much it, except
There's always an exception.
when it goes into the closing part of the song, we get the last verse, little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting, and then we get that little turnaround after there, so we get that, and then a repeat of Here Comes the Sun again. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. The last time round, you don't sing And I Say. It just goes. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's all right. And then we do the turnaround again. It's all right, and then we get into the last line of the instrumental and the closing of the song. So we've got our little turnaround. we go straight into B flat 6th. For 3 beats, F for 3 beats, C for 4 beats, and finish on a G, playing G chord. Okay, I'll put that all together and kind of show you how it's supposed to work. Right, so the very last, it's all right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all right.
Oh, 4 on the D7 as well.
Yep. Yes. That's. Yeah, I will change that.
Right.
Don't worry. Don't worry your pretty little heads about it. It's just. Okay, so that's it. We're going to try to put all that together and play it at speed so that you can join in and play along with us in the key of G. But if you want the song sheet, I think you'll probably need the song sheet if you want to play along with this song, because it is complicated and it takes a bit of time to get your head round. Well, there it is. If anybody wants the song sheet, please ask. If anybody's got any queries about this, again, please ask. We're happy to help, because we want you to be better players. So,
I want to be a better player.
I want to be a better player too. Talking of which, we went to a wonderful workshop on Saturday with the man...
I told them all.
You've told them all?
Yeah.
Man who founded the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain, George Hinchliffe. Brilliant man, lovely man. Right, okay, I've gone on for far too long, as usual, so I'm going to stop now and let you go and put an ice pack on your heads, because that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, we'll have the play-along version of this out later in the week. We're having our final comic song out on Friday, our final Friday frolic. And then that'll be it. Hopefully we'll be out of lockdown on Monday the 21st.
There'll be the odd play along.
Monday the 19th, I beg your pardon.
We might do the odd play along.
We will. We'll throw the odd play along out and maybe chuck a comic song in on occasion if we're feeling rested suitably. But apart from that, it's until we meet again, and let's hope that that's not too long now. Till we meet again, you know what to do. Stay safe, please, and be kind to yourselves and each other. And so, from me, it's goodbye, and from Pam,
Bye.
goodbye too. So we'll see you soon. Bye bye.